So I'm over here at my mechanic shop. I guess I'll do. Anyway, he's got this Maximus 2.0, and this I guess lets him do diagnostics and stuff on all the different cars he services. But the battery is swelling and giving him damage, giving him issues with the case. I guess it's an old battery, and did a little bit of research online. Looked up at what the battery looks like. It's a typical 3-terminal black, red, and white. I'm assuming the white wire is going to be the NTC or whatever for temperature. But we'll see. Hopefully there's not like a serial communication type thing going on, a UART thing between the battery and the microcontroller, the motherboard. I'm going to take this apart. Got my tools here, and we're going to see what we can do. Apologize for the noise. Mechanic's doing some stuff, but there was a secret hidden screw under this sticker, serving essentially as a warranty. This thing is long out of warranty, so once I remove that, I can start getting inside here. There's a couple of clips, nothing too major. Go ahead and unplug here. And it's nice to pull on the plastic, not the actual wires, if you can help it. And that's just for the speakers. And so now we're in here, and we can see our big, nasty, swollen battery. And we'll be able to take this out. It's got a nice plastic frame isolating it from the rest of the circuit, which is great. I think we're in good shape. So I'm over here making a custom battery pack for my mechanic. He's got the Matco diagnostic system to look at cars, and it needs a new battery. Excited to use my custom portable spot welder that I built, and the magic of 3D printing. This is going to be pretty sweet. It's right now we're on the last step, and batteries are just going to slide in like that. You'll have 7 of them connected in parallel to form a very large 3.7 volt battery pack. These are AA sized, so they're going to fit quite well where the exploded lithium polymer went. And these were donated, so they're getting recycled as well. Good for the environment. And I'm also going to, after this is done, print a really nice lid, which I may or may not use. It depends if this pack's going to be external. Ideally, I'm going to fit this in the internal footprint, so long as the Z height does not exceed the original battery. By my measurements, it's a close call, but it shouldn't. We'll see if it all pans out. Pretty cool stuff. I love 3D printing and making custom battery packs. Okay, so I've got my beautiful 3D printed battery holder case here to replace the Matco internal battery for the car diagnostic system. This is the battery that was inside of it before that's swollen and was breaking the screen, so my mechanic needed this fixed. I took the protection board out of it, and then what I'm going to do is solder a longer connector, use a JST-XH3 pin. There's just power, temperature sensor, and ground, so that'll be easy enough. And yeah, I'm just really pleasantly surprised. This is a first iteration, and it looks like it's going to work great. This one this was a little hard to pop in there. These ones on the end, but not super hard, just a little bit of wiggling. And aside from that, the only other mistake I made, and again, not a huge deal, but I was going to put a kind of a back lip here to lock the batteries into place on that side, but still have room for the nickel strip. But since I forgot to do that, I ended up putting it in the lid, which actually kind of works better anyway, because I got stoppers for both the front and back, and then a recessed kind of channel here on both sides for the cable management. I did not actually make an output hole in the case here for where the cable's going to run, because I don't know until I have the Matco thing in my hands again how I'm going to actually install it. One of the things that's tricky about this, and for all you repair techs out there, you're going to sympathize, is that he needs this thing to work always. I am not able to take it back with me and have it on my bench and do an install. Everything has to be done on site and quickly, because he relies on this thing to make his living. So stakes are high, and I have to be careful. Fortunately, I'm not new to this, and I'm going to meet up with him at his shop tomorrow after I finish doing the nickel strip install and everything. and we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty optimistic about it. I'm excited I'm going to be able to use my custom spot welder that I built for this, which I'm kind of in love with. It's such a cool thing, and it's great to use. It's great to spend a lot of time making a new tool that you're actually using right away. That doesn't always happen. Just so you all know, as far as measurements and stuff, these are AA lithium-ion batteries, quite uncommon. I used a 14.5 millimeter diameter, which worked out quite well, even though the cells are around 14.2, something like that. Give a little bit of wiggle room. And I opted for a size that really matches as close as possible the original battery. So I'm hoping it'll just pop into the original footprint. The Z height is around, I think even with the lid is around 17.5, which still is less recessed than the swollen battery, but I don't have a way of measuring the actual Z height in the unit itself because I don't have the unit. So I'm kind of hoping that'll work. And I feel like if not, I can just leave this case off. Or worst case scenario, and this is what you do when you have to do on-site stuff, you come up with plan B and plan C and plan D. So plan A is this will just pop right in, and it'll have the case on even inside the Matco thing, and I can just glue it into place, run the cable, and all will be well. Plan B, I'll leave the lid off, do the same. Plan C, I've got these screw holes, and then I can actually just drill a couple holes, mounting holes, or do an epoxy or Velcro solution and mount this outside the case, and then poke a hole through the Matco and run the cable through there, obviously extending this. So that gives me 3 options to choose from. I'm very confident that one of those is going to work. And he already is using an external battery pack to power this thing, but the little plug that it goes into, the DC jack, if he just wiggles it slightly or whatever while he's doing his job, the whole thing shuts off because internal battery does not exist. Is muerte. So that's why I'm doing this, so that he'll have some reserve power, and then actually might even not need that external battery pack. He'll have something like, pretty nice in here. And what's nice about, of course, lithium ion is they don't get swollen like the polymers do. So more to come. I'll show some more after I do the spot welding and all that, but I just thought this was a fun project to share with you all. Here I am back with my Matco battery hack project for my mechanic. And voila, look at this. I've just finished doing all the spot welding. Now I had to do that off camera because it's tricky enough to do as it is with a weird kind of case setup like this. But look at that. Looks pretty nice. I had one little mistake. I had to add an extra bit of strip to over here, but it all turned out quite well. And is an exciting reason to use my custom portable spot welder here that I built recently. You can see all the batteries I've got over there too. Be very safe and careful when you're doing this. Make sure you're not near any bad things. I used my safety goggles, and I've make a fire extinguisher right next to me as well. And I do highly recommend getting yourself like these custom, I made these custom, but you can, I'm sure, make your own insulator tips for your spot welding probes. So in between doing your spot welds, you can be safe and not hurt yourself. But look at how nice that turned out. This is a great spot welder, way better than the ones I bought before. So pretty excited for this, and it's a great fit for the case. These 2 stoppers here fit real snug around the batteries, and even without, I'm going to put a little bit of dampeners in here, but with no dampeners, it doesn't move around. It's solid. It's nice. All a first iteration. I'm really excited about this, folks. So yeah, more to come. I just got to put in the protection board. We're getting pretty close to being done here. Hey folks, back here, and I'm installing the 3D printed battery custom thing into this Matco thing for my mechanic. And brought way more tools this time so I can be fully prepared for this job. And we're gonna see, here's the old battery, the old puffed up exploded battery. I'm gonna put this one in, which hopefully fit right here. We'll find out. So we're back here with my Matco upgrade / repair with the battery improvement. Old puffed up battery, new battery. My 3D print frame here fits wonderfully. This is so cool. Probably won't need the top case, even though it looks cool. This is going to be internal anyway. Went ahead and wired back in the original protection board from the old battery, and we've got Android booting. Everything's happy and cool. Just has a little up. Do you want to upgrade? Kind of screen popping up. But that means everything's cool. And so I'm gonna put this back together. I might remove these foam pads just to make sure the Z clearance is really perfect. I'm gonna, of course, put some adhesive to hold this in here and some adhesive to insulate this protection board just to be on the safe side. But I think we're in business. I think this is a very nice on-site repair type thing. Using all my tools here and my nice little TS100, or is this the TS80? For all the little soldering that I did here. Not a whole lot, but yeah, man, having the right tools for the job, it's pretty sweet. Over here, just finished fixing this Maximus 2.0 Matco tools battery upgrade / repair. And now when we plug in the external battery pack, which used to be what this had to rely on because the internal one went kaboom, went swollen, whoops. Now it charges the internal battery, the new custom 3D printed one. So yeah, folks, and this is Kevin. Say hi, Kevin. And right behind him, you see Benner Automotive. It's the best mechanic you can get here in the Bay. I highly recommend you check him out. And now he's got a more upgraded Maximus 2.0 here to diagnose your car with.